Hi, my name is Hunter Farrell, and I work as Director of Presbyterian World Mission. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for inviting me in to your Mission Network meeting. There have been a number of congregations historically that have been working with the church in Ghana, both the Presbyterian Church of Ghana and the Evangelical Presbyterian Church in Ghana. I'm particularly happy to be here now because there's so many advances that we're seeing in several of our mission networks. And Debbie Brocksmith asked me to share a little bit about the structure of some of the mission networks and what they're doing to help move ahead in their work together. Just for a quick overview, the mission networks in the Presbyterian Church started back in 1996 when the Sudan Mission Network gathered. 3 presbyteries and 5 congregations met together in Washington, D.C., and it's grown from there to be about 120 congregations and the same 3 presbyteries. We're seeing significant advance in the way that they work together, and I wanted to share a little bit about how the mission networks across the church, all 40 of them, have been growing and developing. I'd say that there's 3 stages in the work of our mission networks. In the first stage, you could call it the getting to know you stage. Folks get together, they don't have much trust, leaders have not come to the surface, and they're not clear the direction that they want to go. But it's a good and important time, necessary, as they gather together to get to know each other. The second stage, and what we would call the, it can often be the last stage of development, though it should just be the second, is the stage that we would call the mission fair. Congregations get together and each one of them shares their pet project. They share the things that they're doing, what's helping to renovate or excite their own congregation, projects that they think have impact in the particular country that they're working. But oftentimes we see that there's a reticence for them to work together. Each person comes into the mission network looking to draw away some of the energy from that network to invest it in their own project. So it's a moment of centrifugal force. Everything's pushing to the outside and very little synergy or coming together, very little collective work in those second stage mission networks. The challenge to that is people will come to a mission network when it's in the mission fair stage for a couple of years, 3 or 4 perhaps, but then they don't see any advantage to it. It doesn't help them to do their work better. They fished the waters, they didn't get much fish, and now they don't have much to show for it when they go back to their home congregation. There are about a dozen mission networks of the 40 mission networks of the Presbyterian Church U.S.A. that have moved on to a third stage, and I want to think about that one with you today. This stage we would call the collective impact stage, where together with their global partners, they're envisioning a new future of how they can engage in God's mission together. It's a powerful moment when they realize that their own congregations can contribute something to the work that God is doing in a particular place. We see that in our Ghanaian partners, a strong sense of reliance, strong leadership, oftentimes the challenge of the divisiveness of different presbyteries, but a desire to work together to strengthen the witness of our 2 partner churches there, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana and the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana. The challenge to us as partners in mission from the Presbyterian Church USA is to come together with them, to listen to their hopes and dreams, and then to understand and discern prayerfully how we can accompany them in accomplishing those goals. As we've listened to our global partners, we've heard 3 areas that our partners have asked us to work in. Almost to a partner church, they have said, please continue your short-term mission trips. We love when you come over. We love to look you in the eye, to sit with you and engage with you and talk about what God is doing in mission in our country and in yours. Those are precious moments and very important to laying the groundwork of trust, to identify leaders and look for an ability to move ahead together. What we've seen in a number of our mission networks, though, is a desire to move from that stage into the third stage of collective impact. They begin to listen to global partners, and the partners, as they identify issues like how do we educate children better in our country? How can we work together to decrease the incidence of violence against women and children? How can we train leaders to help our church grow better? As a result of the listening exercise that World Mission did between 2010 and 2012, we have fashioned 3 campaigns to help respond to these needs of global partners. The Ghanaian Church was part of this listening project, and so they've inputted some helpful suggestions into the work that we're doing now. The 1 Million Children campaign is an effort to help communities around the world to better educate 1 million children. About half of those in the United States and half of them globally in other countries. Our partners were very serious about us tending to public schools in the United States. They're worried about the level of education among our children, and they say, let's work together to improve the education of all of God's children. So we're taking that seriously. The Presbyterian Church of Ghana, as you know, works in education and has a marvelous legacy of that work. And there are many ways that we can partner with them, from teacher training to the building of schools to helping in different ways to strengthen the education program of that church. A second campaign that we've been working in is to reduce violence among women and children, from the domestic level to interethnic tension and conflict in many places. That's a real need in Ghana, as partners have told us, and we're looking for ways and congregations to help as we address some of those issues. That's a newer campaign, and we're seeing that come forward just in these days. The third campaign area is to train leaders for community transformation. And that has gathered a lot of energy around it as our global partners challenged us. They said, would you help us to train 10,000 leaders at the local level all around the world? And so we've taken that seriously. We recognize that in these days, the best way to help grow the Church of Jesus Christ around the world is to train local people. They speak the language, they know the culture, and they're looking for ways to get a hand so that they can reach out to their own communities. That's a particular strength and need of the Presbyterian churches in Ghana, and I hope you'll take that campaign seriously as Debbie talks with you more about the details of each of those three campaigns. I'm glad that you're gathered together in this time to meet with the Presbyterian Church of Ghana and Evangelical Presbyterian Church in Ghana. This mission network is an important one, and my sense has been that the Ghana Mission Network is at the second stage, ready to jump into the third. And I hope this can be the inauguration of a new level of collective impact as the different congregations that make up the mission network begin to dream together with Ghanaian Presbyterians of how together we might engage in God's mission. God bless you as you work on this task together.